That's your slot for you to make money. It's the end of the year, and I'm sure you're actually wondering, how am I going to make sure that I can close this year on high? So can I do that actually? Is it actually possible? Because all the time I'm experiencing the opposite. That's what I want to talk to you about. So my name is Tony T. I'm the founder here of Renewables in Africa. So we are your global clean energy champion. And in this channel, this particular one on the Friday, so we're talking about renewables and money. It's all about learning how to make money running a renewable energy business, right? That's what it's all about. That's what we are focusing on. And if you're watching me, I just want to tell you that first of all, thank you for watching us. And there's three things I'm actually wanting you to do. So the first is to make sure that you can subscribe to all our platforms because we're broadcasting from 5 platforms, and I want you to select whichever one fits you, suits you best. So we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have YouTube, and we have Telegram. Which one do you fancy? Just connect to that one and make sure so you can connect to all the rest of it. You never know, right? You may be one of those channels and it happens that we actually broadcasting. So the second thing that you can do, just drop a message. Drop a message, tell us what you're thinking about the program and how we can make it better, how we can improve it. So that'd be very good and I appreciate it. Or maybe have your questions. I love to be able to answer your question in this platform, right? In this program. And the fifth, no, sorry, not going too far. The third thing I want you to be doing, it's just to share the video, right? If you happen to be watching me right now, because I know there's always people watching me right now, please, 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 what you can do as I'm speaking is just to share this video so that people that want to content are able to get. And I was very much appreciated. Is that okay? Excellent. Now, let me go back into my. That's why you are actually connecting today, right? And there's more and more of you connecting. So the issue is the following, right? So every year, so when we come around this time of the year, December, especially after the 15th of, even the 10th of December, right? So I don't know for you, but a lot of business struggling, right? Are struggling to sort of see how they can make money at the end of the year. Because, if you're an employee, you don't have this problem at all. You really don't have this problem. You know that, okay, you're just going to be paid at the end of the month, and you're just going to go and do whatever you want to do. You're going to celebrate. You're going to buy a gift for Christmas. You're going to have a nice turkey, nice money. That's great. But, if you're a business owner, it's something completely different. It's completely different because you're looking at how can I close this year on a high? How can I make sure that I have enough money to reach my target, my objective? How can I make sure that I have enough money not only to pay my staff and to make sure that our cash flow wise we are looking good? This is what I want to talk to you about, and I'm talking about that to you because this is the issues that for us as well as Renewable in Africa, like all the other businesses. So we have we observe ourselves. We've observed that and we've seen that, and we have to fix it for ourselves. And that's what I'm really keen to be sharing sharing that with you what we've seen. Because in case you don't know, most of the time many businesses will have seasons or cycles, right? So and unless you happen to be in let's say horizon season type of business, at this time is a little bit of a low because no matter what you're saying to people, they only have one thing in mind. Their break for Christmas, their Christmas break, they're going to be going on holidays, going to be going away, so everything seems to be postponed to next year, right? And that's a perfect excuse. If you talk to people, I mean, I had it so many times, talk to many people, oh yeah, we see that next year, we see that next year, we saw that next year, and it's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating. And then yeah, so yeah, so basically that's a question that we have to solve. I don't know for you, so if you're watching me, I know you'll be watching me right now, just let me know, what do you think? So are you seeing and feeling the same thing? So and let me know, and so that we can discuss it. So what are the way you are doing and what are the methods that you are employing to make sure that you can respond to that? Yeah, if you let me know, so that would be really really appreciated. So that'd be good. But for me, I just wanted to first of all share that with you and share with you a free technique that I am using. because, like I say, I was tired of seeing the same problem over and over again. For me having to struggle, I share with you free technique that we are doing. Maybe that can help you to make money at the end of the year. So, what are they? So let's go for that. So um, the first thing that we are doing, it's actually is to basically look at your messaging. Yeah, your messaging, it's very much important, because because at the end of the day, you are in a business to solve your customer problems, so that needs to be very much important. And you need to make sure as well you are just also adapting and adjusting the message to suit and fit their problem. And after that, that would be good. Okay. And if you do that, you know that you're always going to be in tune with what they are facing. I give you an example. So, if you know, at the moment, there's one thing a lot of people are talking about. You're talking about the World Cup, right? So you know that, because it's all about attracting your customer attention in order for you to be able to still talk to them and present your solution to see how useful it would be for them. So what I'm saying here is, if you have a specific product and you know that everything now it's about the World Cup, so how can you use the message, adapt it to wrap your key message around what is the context of the time as you're speaking, in order to talk to your customer. I'll give you an example, right? That I've done recently. So you may not know, because actually I do write from time to time, articles for Forbes magazine, Forbes Afrique, the French version. And I knew that the last 2 months, when I was looking at, okay, what topic can I talk about, so that I know people are gonna listen, people are gonna read, and people are still gonna get the message. Because my message here is to spread awareness about renewable energy, in Africa and across the world, and making sure that we can help businesses to raise the visibility of their product and services, so that they can get more leads, so that they can get more sales. So the article before that, I made sure that I would talk about COP27, because the 2 weeks before the World Cup, it was all about COP27. So it was all about, how can I take this as a message, wrap whatever I have to say around it, and to push it out there. Because I know that if you see that, most likely people are going to pay attention, because that's what is actually quite high on the agenda. So same thing for the when you move for the World Cup. What I did, for example, if you look at the article that I did from Forbes Afrique magazine, I also published the English translation on my website. So I talked about the five African representative at the World Cup, and I was saying, hey, among those five, do you actually know who is actually the champion for renewables energy among those five? So who is actually well positioned? Yeah, and that was a way for me to attract people's attention, because you need to really attract their attention. And the idea here is still to pass on the message, to spread the awareness about that. But you need to make it in a much more engaging way, so that it fits whatever is the topic of the day. If you don't do that, sometimes you struggle. So I'm saying that because when you come towards Christmas, you need to make sure that you will adjust and adapt your messaging around that. You also need to make sure that you will adjust and adapt your messaging around the issue that people are facing now, which is a recessions, high energy crisis. So if you are presenting that in a way that it responds, so you present whatever your service is, whatever your product is, as a response to what they facing right now, yeah, and you can find a nicer way to frame it, to phrase it, that would be superb. That would be superb. So that's the one thing that I wanted to say, and that's the first method that I want to share with you. I don't know whether you're doing it already. If you don't, this is what you're gonna be doing. Because if you keep the exact same message that you're pushing around, and like I say, everything has cycles, and if it's actually on a period like Christmas, it's just gonna be absorbed by everything else. And the key thing, first of all, for you is to get to be on top of the mind of your customer all the time. And that's true for renewables, and that's the truth for any other business. You want to be on top of the mind of your customer. So that, because I've always said to people, or if you haven't realized it, the day you actually make the transaction where you close, where you're making the sales, this is not the day you actually started the sales. You started the sales well before without even realizing. How, would you ask me? Well, listen, before your customer come to you, he has already applied in his mind a filter, yeah, to come up with a short list of people he wants to talk about. You want to make this list. You want to make this list. And for you to make this list, you want to make sure that you're always top of the mind of your customer. So that whenever I'm thinking about, okay, what kind of panel am I want to be using for, I don't know, my project I have there. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go to this guy. I'm gonna go to Jinko. I'm gonna go to London and so on. I'm gonna go, yeah, because I have this guy in mind. Now, if you know one of those guys, you need to make sure that all of a sudden you find a way for your company brand name to pop up, so that they can think about you. Because if they're not even thinking about you, they won't even consider your solution. That's the one thing, the first thing that you want to look at. So the second thing, so you ask me, so how can you actually make money? So around the end of the year, and that for me, it's very, very, very interesting, and I also have to learn it. It kind of, I would say, you need to pull forward some of the offer, that you're gonna do, yeah. Because one thing you need to know, and I've learned it. What do I mean by pull forward? Things that they're gonna do next year. Get them to start engaging with you right now. I speak to right now. Give you another example. At the end of the year, what people do, they closing down, wrapping up, looking at their performances, what they've done for this year. So looking at what are we going to do next year, what kind of project, So basically, you want to make sure that when you're engaging with them, you're engaging with them about what they are going to do next year, and get them to start to commit with you right now, basically. Even if you're not going to collect the check right now. What I'm saying, for example, let's imagine that they're thinking of delivering a big project, a big solar project. Oh, let me just change a little bit. I'm taking solar all the time. Let's say, for example, they have a wind turbine that they want to install, start working in March, right? So, and you want to start talking to them right now and say, listen, I know this project is coming, right? Why don't we take enough time to properly look at that right now so that it makes sense, so you don't have to rush anyway? And as we're doing that, let's look at what would you want done. So how can we potentially help us? Would like you as well to consider us for now. Let's have a conversation. And if you're doing the job well, you can actually sign the contract right now. You can actually sign the contract right now, potentially have some deposit if that's fine, or even if it's not deposit. If you sign the contract, you're going to cash in early this year. That's already, but the revenue that you've already not collected yet, but you've already created for yourself for next year. So you pull forward that. Same thing. If you happen to be running, for example, a subscription model, right, and you know that people will maybe renew. You will look at your subscribers, and you could be saying, okay, I know that there's going to be a bunch of subscribers that's going to be renewing in February, in March. You may want to reach out to them right now and say, hey, listen, I know that you're going to be renewing in the next 2 to 3 months, but what about actually, I want to make you an offer to renew right now. So obviously I scrapped the last 3 months, right? I'm not going to charge you right now, but I'm just going to give you a new offer, right, which is more interesting. And if you sign up right now as opposed to wait later, you're gonna be gaining something. This is gonna be the benefit, and you bam, 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 you list that. Obviously, not everybody will say no, will say yes, but some will say yes. And that's how you pull money forward. You pull contract forward, right? And you start earning money right now as opposed to wait for next year. So that's a way to do it, right? For you to start collecting the money. So that's another thing that you can be using. I don't know whether you're using that. Yeah, that's very, very important. But the key thing here, the key idea here is you look at what most likely my client, my customer will be doing next year, and how can I engage with them this year, right? This end of year, start talking. But the key thing, you want to talk to them about what they're going to, because they're going to be doing it anyway, right? They're going to be doing it. But and also the benefit of doing it is that, as opposed to like everybody wait for the beginning of the year or early next year to start talking about that. No, you start talking about them right now, so that you even already taking a step ahead of your competition. And it comes so that basically they have you in mind. So like I say, you want to be first in the mind of your customer. Like I said, promise you, yeah. Because if you're one of the first, and your offer, your survey happen to be, top of the game, right? Everybody will just have to compete against you. So you're going to be the benchmark. You're going to be the standard the client will actually judge things upon, right? And if you are very good at developing that relationship with the customer, he may even need to go ahead and tender the project or ask to other people. You never know. Or even when he does it, or he or she does it, they always still have you in mind because you were the first to give like a very strong impression. So that's the key. That the second key thing I want to say. So the third piece of advice I would want to give. By the way, everything I'm sharing with you, that's something that I'm applying for our company, right? Because I was tired, having obviously to come end of the year and having to struggle. Yeah, because I know that when November is gone, all of a sudden everybody will tell you, oh, not everybody. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Yeah, but a lot of people will be telling you, yeah, next year, yeah. It's almost like 1st of 2nd of December, all of a sudden they come and say, yes, we can sign it. No, that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse, and people just taking the nicest excuse right now just to defer things. And when they defer things, like I say, you have no guarantee whatsoever you're gonna get it later. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So as a business owner, for me, I used to be stressed out by that, right? So, oh wow, December again. And the funny thing is, I used to hate a little bit December. And bear in mind, I was born in December. December is meant to be my month where I'm celebrating New Year on this planet. I should be excited. I'm always usually excited, but that was a little part of me that was a little bit frustrated because people like I say, you be talking to somebody for a few months, you wait in December and they say, okay, next year. That's the nice excuse. And next year will never come. And next year, obviously, you think will materialize. Not necessarily. You have no guarantee whatsoever. Anyway, this is a tangent. So you put project forward. So the third piece of advice that I want to give you, it's just to mention to your customer or get your customer to know that, you're still open for business. Yeah, you're still open for business. And that may be where you're making a difference with your competitor. Because if you're thinking about that, right? Yes, I know a large number of business will shut down or will close, will take a break for Christmas, a Christmas break, end of year break, but not all of them. Not all of them. So if you imagine that your competitors, all of a sudden, all of them will actually move away, let's say even if it's just 10, 15, no, it wouldn't be 10, 50%, let's be honest. It could be at least 40%. The 40% that are left, there are fewer people, to talk to them. And the funny thing is actually the people that are not taking any break during Christmas, they're here for business. They still want to do business. That's the reason they keep on working. Otherwise, they would have taken a break. So they still expecting, talking to deliver the service. So if you happen to be one of them, what I'm saying is if you also mention to people that you are still open for business and you are still going ahead, yeah, you will get people reaching out. I mean, if you're a supplier of batteries, yeah, don't tell me that people won't be buying batteries in December or November, Jan. No, they still do that. Whether it's 25th of December or 1st of Jan, I don't care. If they still want to have it, they have it, especially if they know that you're making a nice, special deal, end of the year. So they'd rather have it, slightly cheaper now if they can, than obviously same price than everybody later on, even more expensive. No. So if you are open for business and you mention to people that they are for us, hey guys, I like you to know we are open for business, right? We definitely open for business. So that's the thing. So end of year, no end of year. Yeah, we celebrate, we party, no problem, but we are open for business. So that means if you have a challenge, if you say, hey Tony, I like to find out how with your company you can help me with what you do for other guys, give them more visibility, give them more leads, give them more sales. Reach out. I'll be happy to talk to you. Yeah, so that's the thing. Why? Simply because we enjoy what we do. We enjoy what we do, and that's what we're here for. So mention to people that you're open for business and you're ready to keep on moving forward, and that's great. That's fine. And that was obviously my third piece of advice. Yeah. So does it ring a bell for you? So if you have any questions, pop into here. Because like I say, I'm gonna say again, maximum 10 minutes or even less than that. And after that, I'm done. I'm off, right? Because I need to keep on going with my day. So you you let me know. So guys, what do you think? So would you agree with that? Do you not agree with that? Let me know. In fact, I want to leave you with fourth piece of advice. I said three at the beginning, I know, but let me over deliver for you, right? Give you more value. If I'm hoping that you liked what I say, if you like it, that's what I'm saying. Share it with people. So you think what I'm saying is valuable? It's useful. Share. Okay, if it's not useful, tell me as well, so that I can see whether I can pick and choose some other topic. The reason I really like it because, like I say, I really like this slot. I think it's probably my favorite slot because we're talking about making money in the sector. Because I've always said, when we're able to demonstrate to people how to make more money in the sector, renewables, we're gonna have more people moving in. Because the reason why a lot of people are still hesitant, they like what they're seeing, they want to be involved, they just can't understand how they're gonna make their money. And you need to have a lot of business out there that show the way. So, and my job is to help other entrepreneur like me in the space to make even more money. And if I can help them more money, they help me make more money, which is great. Yeah. So that is why I'm actually very, very, I would say passionate by what I know people use that word big time, fancy time. But yeah, that really show people how they can make it, why I'm doing as well. Yeah. So what I'm teaching is a big word. I don't like this kind of word. What I'm sharing, it's what I'm applying for myself, right? And I can see, and when I see some result, I say, okay, because I've seen some result, let me, share that. It may not work for all of you. I appreciate that. At least it's a perspective that I'm giving and I'm sharing. That I'm hoping that you're willing to experiment for yourself and then come back and tell me whether it worked for you or not. So if it doesn't work for you, next time make sure that when I share that message, so I'll add a little caveat because one of you would have told me that, hey Tony, you probably want to change a little bit this part. Okay, the fourth piece that's where I was. Uh, it may sound a little bit obvious, trivial, but hey, I would say if you know that every year you're gonna get the same issue, if you know that you're gonna get the same struggle, then what I would do, it's simply to uh, uh to find a product, a service that you believe will sell well during. You may want to add that as a new piece of offering that your company has that will sell well during this period of time. Yeah. So that's one thing that you maybe you may be wanting to do. Yeah. So let me just take like an example. So it could be again, I'm just making this up, right? Don't be mad at me if it doesn't make sense for you. But if you happen, for example, to be selling, I don't know, uh I know inverters, you may be creating some inverters gift cards, something like that, that gives special offer for people, right? That's people can offer to the customer of choice or this kind of thing. Yeah. So you could be, yeah, busy selling that's kind of a little bit of accessories that you're selling, buy side, a product that you're creating, especially to navigate this period where you know that you are struggling a little bit. You find a product that's still within your line of business, yeah, but that kind of will speak to people, resonate more with people in this special period of time, yeah, and that could potentially help you. That's a fourth piece of advice I want to be giving you. I can tell you, yes, for me, uh, we're doing that. We're definitely doing that to see how it can help us to, like I say, to uh, make up for the loose ends, in the end. And obviously, when come January, then things will be picking up again. By the way, if December is a slow month, so January, February are usually power month. So you want to make sure that you get ready for that. So the last thing I would say, so while you're doing all of it, just prepare as well. Prepare as well for the following year. because that may actually be the fifth piece of advice I can give, to say that for you to have a strong January and a strong February, you got to get ready now, so that when January comes, from the second, you're powering big time. When people just coming back, setting up again, moving, no, you're already far. This is one thing that uh, uh, you can do for yourself. So I would really advise you to do it, to do it like that, and yeah, and hopefully that's work for you. So, is there any question, guys? I'll be very happy to take that and to see, yeah, because that's what it's all about. So talking about how can we make money, more money in the sector. What are the tips and hints? And like I say, as I'm talking to you, I would love to also learn from you guys. So please, don't hesitate to drop a message, even to say hi, hello. I come from Nigeria. I come from what would I say? To Namibia. I come from Cameroon. I come from Congo. I come from Chad. I come from Morocco. Just let us know, because I love seeing who's actually watching, and I love learning what you're doing, and yeah, and that's how we're gonna strengthen the industry, right? So you can say, I'm coming from Moldavia. I don't know, coming from, I don't know, Singapore. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So because I want to get your feeling, because I feel like there is a lot that we could learn here, and I really want to work to show that there's a lot of money that could be made into the industry. A lot of money. Yeah. By the way, I read a report, the IEA, that I'm actually on Sunday, I'm going to talk about that. The recent report that the International Energy Agency released regarding the analysis of renewables and the projection up until 2027. And I don't want to give it up to you now, because I'm going to run the live video on that on Friday. But renewables, it's set to be the largest source of electricity, according to them, by 2027. Yeah, so apparently that's what it's gotta be. So let's wait and see. But if that's the case, that means there is a massive amount of project that will come on board, and the industry will grow, will keep on growing, and we will need all type of services and businesses. So my question to you: how do you position yourself? Yeah, to get into the sector. And if you're already in the sector, how do you position yourself to take advantage of this position? And that's what I'm saying. You need three things: visibility, collecting the leads, making the sales. We can help you with all those three. So do reach out. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all I have to say for today. So I'm just going to leave it there. So I don't see any questions. So I believe that you either blown away or you blow me away. Whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know what is the real answer. But yeah, so as usual, it's always a delight for me to talk to you, and I hope that we'll have the chance to connect and catch up again on Sunday, where we're gonna be talking about that report that the IEA released. I'm probably gonna do an analysis of that, so that you have the succinct version for those of you who won't have time to read it, or do not want to find time to read it, guys. So you have a beautiful rest of your day, and then may the sun be with you. Get better. Take care. Bye bye.